सर्व समर्पण कर दिया मैंने, करूं मैं तेरी वंदना। पधारो मारा गुरुजी पधारो, पधारो 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 पधारो मारा गुरुजी पधारो। से पधारो, गुणों ने वृद्धि था से पधारो, कर्मों ने निर्जलता से पधारो, पधारो पधारो मारा गुरुजी पधारो, पधारो पधारो मारा गुरुजी।
नमो नमो सिद्धाणं, नमो आर्याणं, नमो वज्रायाणं, नमो लोये सवशाणं, सुपंच नमोकारो, शवपावपणाशनो, मंगलाणं च सर्वेषां, परमं हवै मंगलम्, परमं हवै ध्यान प्रियो, जीवन की यात्रा में
today, yet in another discourse, in giving lessons to this newly Diksha taken ascetics, Param Gurudev is saying that whenever we achieve anything in this life, it is only our potential which makes us receive certain things. Depending upon our potential, depending upon our capability, whatever we receive or whatever we achieve, we will be able to derive something out of it. That is why what is better? Having a capacity, having a potential, or achieving anything? What is better? Should we have a capability? Should we have the potential? Or should we just be achieving things? Because when we had been to even Paramatma's Samosaran, we had also achieved and gained preachings from Paramatma himself. There could be a possibility that we might have been in the first Tirthankar Rishradev Bhagwan's Samosaran, the royal assembly also. There's a possibility that we would have been even in Parshvanath Paramatma, 23rd Tirthankar's royal assembly, the religious assembly where he preaches his discourses after attaining omniscience. But remember, however great the things you achieve could be, but what if you are not deserving for it? What if you are not capable of attaining it? What if you are not truly worth receiving it? That is why we should always tell Paramatma that I don't want to pray that you give me the best of things. Yes, do not pray that I want to achieve the best of the things, but pray that whatever best I receive, I'm able to digest it, I'm able to understand it, I'm able to realize it, I'm able to realize it in its entirety. This is important. Rather than receiving, to be able to digest it, realize it is even important. Because everybody desires that, everybody wants to achieve or receive the best of the things. I want the best of the things. Everybody always wants to receive the best, but do you have the capacity to digest the best that you have received? Are you able to accept it? Are you able to understand it? Are you able to realize it? And depending upon your capability, depending upon your deservedness, what you have received, you'll be able to achieve something out of it. And remember, only when you have the potential, when you have the capability, when you're really deserving, then even just one single line of a discourse, just one single message is more than enough to cleanse and purify your soul. Just one short message from God Himself is more than enough, where you can completely get rid of all your vices. And if not, then no matter however you stay along with Param Gurudev, however you stay along with your gurus, you may receive the best even from Paramatma, but you will never become a wise man. And that is why, whatever little you receive, but whatever you receive, however little it may be, just pray that may I be able to understand it. May I be able to digest it. May I be able to realize it. Pray to Paramatma. Pray to God that give me such a capacity. Make me worth it. Make me deserving it. Just like it is said that when you consider dry fruits, you may not receive 10 almonds to eat. That's okay. But even if you receive just one almond to eat, but if you are able to digest it, that is important. And that is why Param Gurudev is saying that he is thinking since almost past one whole year, there has been a ongoing, continuous this online sessions of preachings. Param Gurudev is wondering, what do you think? This 1 hour of daily preaching since almost 1 year is like Gurudev offering you all 1 kg of almonds. But are you able to digest these almonds? Are you able to realize the importance of these almonds? And that is why Param Gurudev is saying now that this live preachings are going to come an end for a few days, because now the vihar, the travels of Param Gurudev are going to start. And when he's going to start with his vihar, where he'll be traveling from one village to another, there's a possibility that there wouldn't be all facilities available at all the places. To that, Param Gurudev is saying that now what do you think? All the preachings that you have received in all these months, do you just want to keep on eating? In the sense, do you just want to keep on listening to more and more of these discourses, or do you want to really digest, understand what you have actually heard in all these months? It is only because of your good luck that maybe you're receiving everything You're listening to these discourses. You're getting Param Gurudev's preachings itself. But because of your good luck, what you have received, if you're not able to derive anything out of it, then, and that is why to derive something from what you have received, you have to develop your capability, you have to develop your worthiness. And for that, Paramatma has said that if you really want to become pure, you really want to become great, if you really want to become deserving, a true deserving soul of what you have been receiving for Param Gurudev, for that Param Gurudev said that all you need to receive is you have to have Vinay. That is, you need to have humility. You need to have respect, to a lot of respect within your own self, a lot of modesty, lot of humility, lot of politeness, lot of, and to develop this kind of respect, humility, modesty in your self. Paramatma has said that there are three different kind of respects that you need to develop. One is the external disrespect, the other, which is just a behavioral type of respect, and one is the final or the ultimate type of respect that you should be developing within yourself. Just being simple is not being you humble. Just by bowing down in front of any elderly ascetics, just that is not offering respect, or that is not just being humble. But when we mean respect, it means every single moment, every single second, you keep on realizing the importance of what you have received. Just realizing that moment when you have received anything, according to that particular moment, what is right for me to be done at this moment, that is also a type of humbleness that you develop within yourself, called as Vinay. It is said that in Agam scriptures, respect is always described in terms of that an ignorant always gives respect to wise men, a devotee always gives respect to his guru. But just one starts becoming more and more humble, becomes more and more respectful from within, then his inner hidden potentials, his inner knowledge, his inner understanding, he starts realizing when he has to apply it into knowledge. Whatever he has achieved, when, at what time, what has to be done is right, starts manifesting from within. It is very easy to bow down to anybody. It is very easy to even revere somebody. But it is said in Sri Uttaradiyan Sutra, where many different forms of respects or humbleness have been described, it is said that when any disciple, when he is in the proximity of a guru is always giving numerous preachings to all the devotees. There's one of the aphorisms which you see in Uttradyan Suti, that when you are in the presence of your guru, when you are in the proximity of your guru might be talking many things to many other devotees and disciples, but what is right for you, what is apt for you, you start accepting it, and rest all which you think is not applicable to you, just leave it aside. This is also a form of respect. That means that if not needed, then I do not want to interfere anywhere. If I'm really not required, then unnecessary things I do not want to get involved. Because whatever is not required for me, what is not necessary for me, I should give up on all these things. It is said an individual is highly respectful from within on the basis of just achieving what the truth is. Whatever is apt for him, whatever is required for him, he only grasps all of it, and rest of the things he just leaves aside. This is the first message that we have learned today. Secondly, God has said that one who is respectful and one who really is a deserving soul, then every moment, every second, he's always alert. Every second, every moment, he's highly conscious. He's highly alert and he knows every moment what has to be done. Both the ways, he's alert every moment and he is also aware of what has to be done at that moment. Which moment is really apt for him? Which moment or which time is not right for him? How he has to use this moment in its right way, and at that moment of time, what kind of emotions he should be, or what kind of feelings he should be going through. Right now, what are the efforts that he should be taking? When he has to go to his guru, when he has not to go in his guru, even when he is going in the proximity of his guru, what are the kind of feelings that he should be expressing? For that also, internally, you have to realize. And when you start realizing all these things, that also helps you to bring up your inner potential and develop more and more respect from within. Because as long as you do not becoming a deserving soul, you do not become a worthy soul, then you may even receive the best of the things, but it will not be of any help to you and it will only turn out to be a completely waste for you. And that is why whenever we want to receive knowledge also, we have to increase our worthiness. 2-3 days back only, Param Gurudev had mentioned that whenever he used to be waiting to listening to discourses when he was a small child and he was studying until the time the teacher, the spiritual preceptor, used to come, 10 minutes before the spiritual preceptor used to come, he used to reach there for 10 minutes before, and then he used to imagine right from within deeply that, okay, what is my teacher going to teach me? What are the secrets that I'm going to learn today? What is going to be revealed today? What preachings of Paramatma am I going to learn today? But Param Gurudev saying that when you get water on a daily basis, and one is only when you require water, and that time only you receive water. But when you receive on a daily basis, you just turn on the tap and you know your water is going to be there at your house. And that is why you do not value the importance of water at that time. But today, Param Gurudev is saying when he was small and he was staying in the small village of Ladi for one whole month, there used to be no water at all. And all of a sudden, whenever it is not planned and then nothing was predicted from before, so whenever suddenly they used to come to know, oh, the water has started coming today, it could be in the middle of the night also, in the middle of the afternoon also. Then what used to come earlier? We knew that the water is going to come at any point of time. So what used to happen is we used to keep the vessel way in advance before the running tap, so that whatever time the water comes, it does not get wasted and it lies completely in the vessel. Remember, where every moment you're waiting to receive something, remember your inner potential will increase. And when you get things very easily, you will never ever develop your capability. And that is why one who with extreme respect waits for Paramatma's preachings, he only becomes a true deserving soul and he only becomes worth it. It is always that your curiosity, your anxiousness, your longing and your yearning to receive anything is only what makes you more, it is only what makes you more deserving. We can see many of the devotees who have been sitting in front of Gurudev and holding their ears and seeking for their forgiveness. But Param Gurudev is saying just by holding the ears, nothing is going to work out. Because he can see all those who are latecomers, they are holding their ears just like a small kid and asking for forgiveness from Param Gurudev. But Gurudev is saying that no, just by accepting your mistake, you are not going to become a deserving soul. You do not repeat the same mistake again and again, then you are truly worth it. And Param Gurudev said when 2 days back he had seen them coming late, that is the time he mentioned his case where he said, so that you would realize I had actually given a clue or hint at that time that you all have come late, and how I used to never come late and I used to reach well in advance 10 minutes before. But when you did not understand the clue which I gave you, you did not realize your mistake at the very first time. That is why today again I repeat that remember, you will derive anything from whatever you receive only and only when you are really a deserving soul. Because if you take a pot which is weaker, which is not completely mature, which is not completely ripe and heated properly in the sun, then if you fill water in that pot, the pot will not be able to hold the water completely and might even break or crack somewhere in between. So first you have to check how much is the capacity of the pot. Is it completely baked and basked in the sun completely and it is completely ready to hold the water? Then only fill in the water. Somebody was just telling Gurudev yesterday that there's a one of the best building has been constructed in Junagadh with even the best of the furniture and interiors, but its base had some defaults in it, because of which the entire building just collapsed because the foundation was not well built. Why did it happen? You might even have crores of interiors in your house built up, but if the foundation on which you have built the house only, if that is only not proper, then no matter however on top of it you invest, it is all going to collapse and come to an end. And that is why Param Gurudev is saying that today, since being the last day of this series, and when he is going to bid a farewell, he's saying that whatever we receive, how much ever we receive, how can I digest it? Whatever I have achieved, how should I develop the best from it? How should I absorb and grasp the best from whatever I have received in all these months? Remember, whatever you have received will only turn out to be best. It will really turn out to be worth for your soul only when you have respect within you, only when you have too much of gratitude for what you have received, along with the respect from the giver. Param Gurudev is saying that when he used to learn from any of the scholars, whenever they used to come, when he used to come, Gurudev used to always imagine when the teacher used to come, looking at his features, looking at his face, looking at his smile. Gurudev always used to wonder that Bhagwan will also be coming like this only. Bhagwan will also be entering the samosa, the religious assembly in this way only. Will he also be walking in the same manner? Will his eyes also be imagining and looking at all the disciples just the way this teacher is? Every feet, where every place where that wise used to step, I used to never ever cut that path, because if I cut my path, if I cut that path, then I will be doing a form of disrespect. In fact, the path which that scholarly person used to pass by, I used to bow down. Even after he passed away, I used to bow down at his places where all the footsteps were, and bow down and imagine when will I also gain knowledge like him. And at that time, I used to bow down at that particular spot from where he had even passed by, and used to have so much of gratitude towards him that when will I also be able to gain knowledge like him, when I will also be able to become just like him. Remember that you can make the most of what you have received or what you have learned. Only and only we have this kind of highest level of respect, highest level of gratitude, and highest level of obligation, highest level of feeling the favors which have been done unto you by those teachers, to increase your grasping power. One is that you have listened, but how much have you grasped from it? It is said that as and when you start listening to each and every word, then immediately on that word itself, within seconds, I used to keep on analyzing parallelly that he's saying like this. By the time he could even give the second sentence and second subject, before that, Param Gurudev used to note down all the questions on all the thoughts that had been expressed. He used to already write all the words which were being declared, which were being narrated in the form of shorthand. He used to write the whole discourse which was been given to him in the form of a shorthand, and an opposite page questions were also being written. So that by the time the chapter was over, by the time the session was over, I had the shorthand entire pravachan series also ready, and at parallel time I had the questions also ready. Remember, no matter however best you receive, but if you are not deserving it, then whatever best you have received also, it will not be of any help to you. It will not be of any help to you. It will not be able to benefit you any long. So remember, whatever you're going to receive, it could be a lesson, it could be a Guru's presence, it could be the blessings that you are going to receive, it could be the vows that you're going to receive, it could just be a glimpse that you are receiving. Whatever things that you are going to receive, whatever you receive, maybe because of your good luck. Because of your good luck, you have achieved something. Remember, so many of them even get a guru in their life, but even after getting a guru in their life, they really have not realized the guru. Remember one thing, that for a disciple, the guru is not of importance whether the guru is ordinary or extraordinary. It is only upon it is only depending upon the disciple's respect, his gratitude, his ahobhav, his respect for his guru is what actually creates a great discipleship within it. Because only when you have the potential, only when you have the capability, will you be able to digest even the heaviest of the desert, or else you'll not be able to digest even a simple rice recipe. So that is why, if you have a strong digestive system, you can digest the strongest or the heaviest of the sweets. And if you have a weak digestive system, then you will not be able to digest it. So today, you all have to henceforth analyze how much is your deserving, how much is your capacity, how much is your digestive system strong, in the sense that whatever you have listened, are you able to digest it and apply it to the best of your ability? Remember to receive the best of the things in this infinite time of birth and cycle. It is only 8 times that you would be receiving the best in your life. And that is why what you receive in the presence of whoever you're receiving, always consider that how can I develop and mature my respect? How can I even enhance my gratitude? How I can even enhance and increase my potential so that whatever I have been receiving, I will be able to make the most out of it. In the past so many months, so many topics we covered. Sometimes it was knowledge, sometimes it was aura, sometimes it was application, sometimes it was conduct, sometimes it were different kind of vows, sometimes it were different rules and regulations. Sometimes there were 5 different type of bodies that we have, and sometimes a bit of a formation. So in all these months we have taken so many different topics. Param Gurudev is saying that I know many of you all have even written separate notes, made your diaries, but whatever you received was because of your good luck. But how did you make the most of it? What did you actually derive from what you received? It is saying the king of the celestial being of the first heavenly vehicle, Chakrendra, when he climbs the step of the religious assembly Samosaran of Paramatma Mahavir, and even Gautam Swami climbs the steps of Samosaran. Both of them meet the God. Both of them revere God. Both of them pay down their obeisance to God. But after just one prahar, that is after about 3 hours, when the discourse comes to an end, Gautam Swami, from a Brahmin, he converts himself from a Brahmin to a renunciate, accepting the 5 vows, and becomes a disciple of Paramatma and one of the prime disciples called as Gandhar. The same time, even after hearing the 3 hours of discourse, the same celestial being, the king of the celestial being who comes from the heaven, when he comes all the way from kilometers, from thousands and millions of kilometers across to Prabhu's religious assembly, but when he leaves from the assembly after 3 hours, what did he derive from it? Both of them, both of them had high good luck, because of which both of them could come and meet God and listen to his discourse. But who made the most of the preachings what they had? Gautam Swami would say that I could, after listening to 3 hours, I actually realized the truth, and I also accepted the conduct what Paramatma himself had. And when it comes to the king of celestial being, he says, now my time is over. I know whatever Paramatma God has said is absolutely right, but now I have to go back to the heaven. Just imagine two situations, two individuals at the same time. Param Gurudev is saying, I feel very much similar, just like God, because right now when I see everybody in the Zoom channel, I can see you all were just like those celestial, you were just like the king of those celestial beings who listen to the discourses, but then back after the discourse gets over, after 1 hour, you go back to your routine, worldly life cycle. Dharmgode is saying that there's a line which comes in the Aga scriptures that from whichever direction the celestial beings come, they go back to the same direction. And that is how Gurudev even feels that the devotee who had come from Delhi, they listened and then they went back to the Delhi. Those who had come from Zoom, they listened to me and then they again go back to the Zoom. Those who come from Facebook, they listen to me for 1 hour, but then again you go back to your Facebook and your worldly life. So Param Gurudev is comparing all the viewers and all the listeners that you are just like that king of celestial being. But Param Gurudev is saying, amidst all these kings, I am trying to look out for that one single disciple, just like Gautam Swami. That who will be that Gautam Swami? Who, just like that Gautam Swami, when he came to the assembly of Paramatma, after listening to the discourse, he never ever returned back to the worldly life, but accepted the vows of renunciation there and there. It is because of he had such a high potential. He was such a deserving and a worthy soul. Param Gurudev is saying, what do you think? Who you all are? All the viewers who have been listening, are you like the king of the celestial being? Or are you like the disciple Gautam Swami? Do you go back to your worldly life, or after listening you are going to accept the vows of right conduct? Param Gurudev is saying, okay, whoever feel that they are just like the king of celestial being, you can just raise your single finger up in the air. And if you think you're Gautam Swami, then raise your two fingers. What do you think you are? One or two? Param Gurudev is saying that I can see many of them not even raising their hands. That means they are not feeling anything at all. Those who are feeling that they are really like the Indra, but they want to become like Indrabhuti Gautam. Right now, they are like the king of the celestial beings, but they really want to become the disciple like Gautam Swami. Then when will Paramatma's eyes grace upon me such potential?
गौतम पर एवी दृष्टि करो, गुरु हवे मुझ पर वीरना नयन पड़या। गौतम पर एवी दृष्टि करो, गुरु हवे मुझ पर परम विनय प्रगटे उर्मा। एवी दृष्टि करो, गुरु हवे मुझ पर परम विनय प्रगटे उर्मा। एवी दृष्टि करो, गुरु हवे मुझ पर वीरना नयन पड़या। गौतम पर एवी दृष्टि करो, गुरु हवे मुझ पर। पावनता प्रेम निपामु हवे, मरा हमना हरिने मिटामु हवे। पावनता प्रेम निपामु हवे, मरा हमना हरिने मिटामु हवे। लब्धि धारे सम शून्य बनो, एवी दृष्टि करो, गुरु हवे मुझ पर लब्धि धारे सम शून्य बनो। एवी दृष्टि करो, गुरु हवे मुझ पर। परम आत्मना योग ने संग શુદ્ધિ ભળે એવી દ્રષ્ટિ કરો ગુરુ હવે મુझ પર મારા સંસ્કારોમાં શુદ્ધિ ભળે એવી દ્રષ્ટિ કરો ગુરુ હવે મુझ પર स्वरूप मालीन बनो तारी भक्ति मां तल्लीन बनो निज स्वरूप मालीन बनो तारी भक्ति मां तल्लीन बनो तुझ शरण मां भवनु भ्रमण छूटे एवी दृष्टि करो गुरु हवे मुझ पर तुझ शरण मां भवनु भ्रमण छूटे एवी दृष्टि करो गुरु हवे मुझ पर वीरना नयन पड्या गौतम पर एवी दृष्टि करो गुरु हवे मुझ पर वीरना नयन पड्या गौतम पर एवी दृष्टि करो गुरु हवे मुझ पर परम विनय प्रगटे और मां एवी दृष्टि करो गुरु हवे मुझ पर परम विनय प्रगटे और मां एवी दृष्टि करो गुरु हवे मुझ पर वीरना नयन पड्या गौतम पर एवी दृष्टि करो गुरु हवे मुझ पर वीरना नयन पड्या गौतम पर एवी दृष्टि करो गुरु हवे मुझ पर एवी दृष्टि करो गुरु हवे मुझ पर
ध्यान प्रियो प्राप्ति श्रेष्ठ
Remember that to receive something is truly great, but it is only your worthiness and your deserving character which makes the thing what you have received stay longer with you for lifetime. Even God himself, Paramatma Mahavir, had received the gold and silver religious assembly built especially for his discourses. But if you consider his previous births, during the times of the first Tirthankar of Rishabdev Bhagwan, when he had come to his religious assembly as a character called as Marichi, he had also received the same preachings and discourse at that time, but because he was not worth it at that time, he didn't have the capability, he was not deserving to receive knowledge at that time. After that single birth of Marichi, he had spent crores and crores and crores and crores of births he took after that before he finally became the soul of Paramatma Mahavir. Imagine. That is why it said, whatever you receive is great, whatever you receive is truly the best. But how much are you able to make the most of it? How much are you going to digest it? It is only depending upon your potential, depending upon your deserve. Because otherwise, you may receive it, but if you do not deserve it, then you may even lose it any moment without you even realizing. That is why Param Gurudev says that he always believes that whatever you want to receive, persevere so much for it. Whatever you want to achieve, persevere so much for it. And for that, all you need to develop is three things. The first is develop that kind of respect, Vinay, within you. The second is to have extreme gratitude. And third is to have a strong grasping power. Because the more you have grasping power, what happens is the people around you, your guru, you are able to shoulder their responsibilities. Because if you are not able to grasp what your guru wants from you, then you will not be able to shoulder his responsibilities also. For example, listening to this course, if the very first day only you realized that, okay, Gurudev, whatever you're saying is right, and we are ready to live and renounce this world and accept the vows of renunciation. If you all had listened, and after listening, if you had realized and accepted the fact and said that, okay, I'm able to give up on the world and I'll give up on this world and renounce, I wouldn't have to give you this discourses for 10 continuous months. Remember, when your guru has to tell you the same thing again, that means there is a lack in my potential, there is a lack in my character, there is a lack, there's a lack in my understanding. And it is not only about knowledge, it could be in the form of any service, it could be in the form of any management work, it could be in the form of any other. It's because I couldn't grasp what he wanted at the very first moment, the first time he said, and that is why I had to take his more and more time. Just remember, when you are taking more time from your guru, the more that you are taking time from your guru, and that guru has to give so much of time in building your character, then remember, every single second you are actually using so many of your good lucks, and then only you're able to get it. Just like if you want to purchase a solitaire, you have to spend crores for it. Similarly, when you have to spend even a single moment with your guru, you have to pay in terms of a very high level of your good luck that you have built. And only when after spending so much of good luck are you getting a single moment with your guru. And imagine, after spending so much of your good luck, when you are not able to grasp what your guru is saying, then what happens is, then you have to again go back to your Gurudev, and then again he has to spend time and give you time. And again, when you're spending that much of time, you are utilizing your again a very high amount of good luck. So in this process, you are at a major loss because you are spending all your good luck, but you are not able to convert it into good luck. And in fact, you are converting it into bad luck because you are taking more and more time from your guru. And that is why you must be thinking that in spite of getting all the religious and spiritual fields, but why is that I'm not able to see God live, just like in Mahavidesh Kshetra? Why did this happen? Why did we take birth in this Bharat Kshetra where Prabhu you are not there? Why is that? Because all my good luck was wasted in this manner earlier somewhere. And that is why I can just imagine you. Today I just can imagine how you would be looking, how you would be walking, how would you be talking. It was only and only good luck of that Gautam Swami that who could actually see God in person and be with him till liberation. It was only because of his character, because of his capability, his potential, that Gautam Swami could realize the presence of God. And and if we do not have this kind of deservedness, if we do not have this kind of worthiness, then no matter even if we get God or even if we get a guru, it is not going to deserve, it is not going to serve any purpose. That is why remember, just by getting a guru or God in your life, don't be happy. But after getting guru in your life, what you have actually derived after meeting him, that is what is really going to make your that is what is going to really make your union with your guru worth it. And similarly, Param Gurudev is saying that I would like to give the same message to all these ascetics that just just don't just don't accept this renunciation, but after accepting this renunciation, how are you going to make the most of it? Just by joining hands and bowing down your head and used respect is not going to make your life of renunciate truly worth it. But only and only when you develop that kind of inner respect, that type of inner modesty, humility, then only, then only you will be able to make this union of you with this life of renunciation truly worth it. And for that, just praying to God is also not enough, but you have to be highly alert, highly conscious, and aware at all points of time. Because it is very easy to bow down at any time, but to remain alert is what makes a true disciple. Because a disciple may commit mistake and may even seek for forgiveness, but his discipleship lies in the fact that he remains highly alert and does not repeat his mistake back again. Param Gurudev is saying that this online sessions had become so much of inspiration thanks to this corona, the pandemic, that we had to start this online sessions. And because of this online sessions, though people all across the world from America, Sudan, Dubai, all of you all, by attending all these sessions, it actually makes feel that as if you are not there, but you are here in India. But remember one thing. Whatever you receive is your good luck. But out of what you have received, just keep on constantly analyzing it, contemplating on it, meditating on it, how you will be able to apply it, how will you implement it in your life. Keep on strongly persevering for it. And for that, may you develop your worthiness for it. This is the inspiration Param Gurudev is giving to all the viewers, to all the listeners. Do you want to become the king of celestial being, or do you want to become Gautam Swami? It's completely in your hands. Because if you remain the king, you will go back to your worldly life, and those who becomes Gautam Swami, he remains with God and gets liberation along with him. Both of them are receiving and achieving everything. Both of them received God also, but only one realized him. And one could make the best and the most of his union with God, but the other just listened and went back. So, whatever I receive because of my good luck, I could be receiving a single piece of cloth also because of my high good luck. Whatever I receive, always express so much of gratitude, express so much of obligation, and feel so truly in depth for it. Be it even a single sutra or a gatha which you have received. Maybe you might be listening to just one single message from a discourse. So, whatever smallest or the biggest of the things you receive, but if you feel highly in depth for it, then remember, you will become a deserving soul. And then only the preachings which you have been listening to, all of them since all these months, you will be able to make the most of it. Because out of lakhs and millions of human beings, only few of them were able to listen to these discourses. Only few thousands could get this opportunity because of your high good luck, unlike others. That's why Param Gurudev is saying, you all are such lucky souls. You all are highly beneficial souls. But just don't stop at this stage. Just imagine whoever have received my proximity preachings, what are you going to derive from it? Even if you have listened to these discourses, these preachings of God Himself, how are you going to implement them in your life? Keep on constantly analyzing, and analyzing.
गुरु तारी संगे लई जा मने तुझ चरण नीरज बनूं मारे गुरु तारा रंगे रंगाऊं गमे गुरु तारा जेव बनूं मारे गुरु तारा उपकारों ने वंदन कर तो रहूं सर्वस्व मारूं अर्पण तुझने करूं गुरु तारी करुणा ना वरसाद मां भिंजतो रहूं मारा हर एक श्वास नाम वस्यूं तारूं भरती रहे मारी भक्ति मां ओट नावे मारी भक्ति मां जन्मों जन्म नो साथ रहे गुरु प्रभु थी हूँ मांगू आ कृपा गुरु मां प्रभु जी तुझने पामी गयो गुरु ने मड़ी में प्रभु तुझने हूँ मयो गुरु तारा उपकारों ने वंदन कर तो रहूं सर्वस्व मारूं अर्पण तुझने करूं गुरु तारी करुणा ना वरसाद मां भिंजतो रहूं मारा हर एक श्वास नाम वसूं तारूं हे गुरुदेव अर्थ विनाનું નિરર્થ વિતાવ્યું ના કોઈ આત્મનું લક્ષ્ય હતું ગુરુ ના કોઈ જીવનની દિશા મારા આત્મ ના સારથી ગુરુ બન્યા પામર જીવ પર ઉપકારો અનંત કર્યા ગુરુ તારા ઉપકારોને વંદન કરતો રહું સર્વસ્વ મારું અર્પણ તુજને કરું ગુરુ તારી કરુણાના વરસાદમાં ભીંજતો રહું મારા હર એક શ્વાસે નામ વસું તારું
ધ્યાન પ્રિય. अभी हमारी
Param Gurudev is saying that now he'll be starting his vihar towards Rajkot. And then he's going to decide later on where destiny takes him. Where will he go? Will the next upcoming Chaturmas be in the city of Gujarat, Kutch, or in Mumbai? Corona says that you should be going to Kutch, but the devotees are saying that come down to Mumbai. Who is more powerful, Corona or the devotees? Gurudev is jokingly saying that all the devotees are grossly powerful, but micro power lies with Corona. So let us see what happens in the future. And today we came to know early this morning that even Narendraji has also accepted the vaccine. So everybody is trying to take some or the other support. But slowly, now the travel, now the vihar is going to start. Gurudev is saying, be it any Tirthankar Paramatma, any of the gods, be it Nemnath or Shantinath, be it Parshvanath or be it Mahavir Swami, a devotee can never differentiate between any of the names, because a devotee never does, he does not respect or he does not remain surrendered to any one individual god, but it is the virtues of the god that he remains surrendered to. So be it all the 24 Tirthankars of the current time cycle, or be it even the future or the past 24 Tirthankars of all the time cycles, a devotee is one who has equal level of devotion, surrenderness for all the Tirthankar Paramatmas. Yes, maybe because of your connections you might be having. For example, right now you are on the lands of Girnar where Nemnath Prabhu had gained liberation, and that is why when we are here on the lands of Girnar, we are singing praises of Nemnath. And suppose if we were in Palitana, we would be singing praises of Prabhu Rishabdev Bhagwan. Because whichever place you belong to it, obviously the gods residing over there would make a little more difference. And they would be of more influence. But remember, if you just like one god and if you do not like rest of the 23 gods, then remember you are not a true devotee. So Param Gurudev is saying that no doubt he himself has been singing praises of Vasagaram, which is in high for Parshanath Bhagwan. But being on the land of divine Girnar, he even sings songs in favor of Nemnath every day. He even chants mantras of Muni Surat Bhagwan daily. He even chants the Shantinath mantra and the Bhagwan Mahavir because it may be that the God, the names are different, but the God as one identity, all of them are the same. For example, if at your house, if your mother and father are taking care of you, so you remember them more, but that does not mean that you forget the grandfather and grandmother. Because if it was not for the grandfather or grandmother, you wouldn't have your mother and father also. Similarly, similarly, if they were not the previous Tirthankar gods, then there wouldn't be any current gods as well. So it is always that one god is on the basis of the previous god, and that is why Gurudev has been inspiring that you should always be a lover of God, but you should not be too much attached to any one God only. Because when you become attached to only one God, then you will definitely have some form of aversion towards all the other gods also. That is why have equal level of love for each and every God. Param Gurudev is saying now we'll be taking a break in this live series for few days, but for few days, the moment he reaches an appropriate place where he'll be able to do all the live sessions, he shall continue. But Gurudev is saying, I can see many of the devotees saying that this live sessions have become a part of our life. So early in the morning at 8:30, when we do not have any discourse, we feel a little incomplete. To this, Param Gurudev is saying, you should not have any attachment for even this time and for this kind of discourses. Instead of at 8:30 thinking that today we do not have any session, you should completely stay in silence, close your eyes, and try and think and contemplate and analyze on all the preachings and discourses that you have heard in all these months. Once again, Param Gurudev is saying, so just remember that whatever you have received, be deserving for it, then only you will be able to make the most of it. And to make yourself a deserving and a worthy soul, you have to increase your respect within. Probably on the 7th of March, Gurudev is going to undergo a cataract surgery. So for few days he'll be at Rajkot and at Wadia. And then later on, and if Corona has not widespread a lot, then he might go ahead in the direction of Mumbai, and if not, then towards Kutch.
message बढ़ता ज रहे समाचारों बढ़ता रहे
Param Gurudev is saying, as we keep on moving ahead in our vihar, we'll keep on updating you. You shall receive all these updates.
नमो वज्जानं नमलोए सबसाहुणं एष पंच नमोकारो सब पाव पणाशनो मंगलाणं च सवेशिं परमं हवै मंगलम चतारी मंगलम अरिहंता मंगलम सिद्धा मंगलम साहु मंगलम केवली पनत्तो दमो मंगलम चतारी लुगुत्तमा अरिहंता लुगुत्तमा सिदा लुगुत्तमा साहु लुगुत्तमा केवली पनत्तो दमो लुगुत्तमो चतारी शरणं पवज्जामि अरिहन्ते शरणं पवज्जामि सिद्धै शरणं पवज्जामि साहु शरणं पवज्जामि केवलीपनत्तं धमं शरणं पवज्जामि चार शरणा दुखरना मंगल करना अवर शरण नहीं कोई जो भव्य प्राणी आदरे अक्षय अविचल पद होय
अंगूठे अमृत बसे लब्धितना भंडार गुरु गौतम ने समरिए मन वांछित फल दातार भावे भावना भाविए भावे दीजे दान भावे धर्म आराधिए भावे केवल ज्ञान भावे पद निर्वाण।
हेलो मणि शुभ हो शुभ मंगल हो
And now here
Dr.
on
Shree
screen we
Rasila
can
Ben
see
Goda.
this brave soul, Rasila bin Goda, on her path of soulful purification, one day after another, portraying her strong willpower, experiencing that her body is truly different from her soul. Truly making her human birth worth it, deserving, by accepting the ultimate fast until death penance to cleanse her soul. Her body has terribly become weak, but her attachment towards her body is also becoming weaker and weaker. Her body is completely become fragile, but her karma are also becoming completely weak and shedding off from her soul. Slowly, slowly, all the illusion, all the attachment, all the likes, she's giving up towards her body, towards her relation, and now only that God, you are mine and I'm yours, and in this birth, I only seek your refuge, I only seek your shelter, I only just r- dwell myself in your remembrance, and may, after surrendering myself to your soul, may I make this human birth really worth it. Imagine the strength of this soul that slowly, slowly she is getting completely detached from all the relations, from all the worldly ties, and even from this body, realizing the temporary nature of her body, accepting the fact that this body is just till this birth only. She is welcoming death very bravely. That I'm ready to fight against you. I'm not scared of you. I do not want to run away from you. But I very lovingly am inviting you that if you want, you can come anytime. I do not fear you because I have been constantly chanting a mantra called Namo Jinanam Jiya Bhayanam. Namo Jinanam Jiya Bhayanam is a strong mantra which makes you completely fearless. And that is how, becoming absolutely fearless, even for the death, I have been continuing this toughest austerity. All the viewers who have been listening and viewing this brave soul, just join your hands in deep respect towards this brave soul, because one who has completely gained over fear for death, he has definitely made this birth worth it. He has realized the purpose of this human birth. Truly blessed is this soul, those who accepted the vow of Santara, who has not only just listened to all the discourses, but she has actually been implementing on each and every single word which has been uttered by Paramatma. And by observing this toughest austerity, she is actually putting a stamp to her soul that God, I'm just yours, and that is why I'm here, ready to follow the path the way you did. Today is the 7th day of her fast. And today, Gurudev is going to give her the vows of the 7th fast.
સવ શ્રાવણ તમારો સંકલ્પ સાકાર થાય, તમારા ભાવ દ્રઢીભૂત થાય.
May your resolution completely turn out to be the way you want it to be. May you become strong enough and be completely firm in your decision. With such blessings, he is now giving her the vows of 7th fast. all the viewers all across the world who are looking at this soul just bow down towards her valor.
तने जोई जोई झुकी जाए, तने जोई जोई झुकी जाए, तने जोई जोई झुकी जाए मस्तक अमारू। तने जोई जोई झुकी जाए, तने जोई जोई झुकी जाए, तने जोई जोई झुकी जाए मस्तक अमारू।
દેવાનો પ્રિય બસ એમના સંતાનની અનુમોદના કરીએ. આપણે સૌ સાથે મળીને પ્રાર્થના કરીએ એમને સાતા રહે, એમને સાનુકૂળતા રહે, તેમની સમાધિ ચડવાય, તેમનું પ્રભુ શરણ સ્મરણ
May all
ભાવ
of us
અખંડપણે
wish for
વર્તી
her
રહે.
well-being.
તે
May
પોતાના
she be able
આત્મભાવમાં
to observe
સ્થિરતા
her
કરતા
penance and her austerity
દેહથી
very
પૂર્ણ મુક્ત થઈ
comfortably, and may she
પ્રભુના
realize the
ચરણ
difference between
શરણને
her body
પ્રાપ્ત
and her
કરી
soul and shed off all the karmas
બહુ
and
સાર્થ
seek
કરી
Paramatma's refuge as
ભાવ
early
વિશુદ્ધ
as
કરી
possible.
અનંત
May
સિદ્ધ
she
કરી.
realize the whole purpose of this human birth, and may she cleanse and liberate her soul. Our the blessings from Param Gurudev. Let all of us also wish for her.
आयाहीणं पयाहीणं वन्दामि न मनसामि सक्कारेमि सम्मानेमि कल्याणं मङ्गलं देव्यं चेयं पज्वासामि मत्थेन वन्दामि तिक्खुतो आयाहीणं पयाहीणं वन्दामि न मनसामि सक्कारेमि सम्मानेमि कल्याणं मङ्गलं देव्यं चेयं पज्वासामि मत्थेन वन्दामि तिक्खुतो आयाहीणं पयाहीणं वन्दामि न मनसामि सक्कारेमि सम्मानेमि कल्याणं मङ्गलं देव्यं चेयं पज्वासामि मत्थेन वन्दामि